YouTube. I hope everybody's having a great first part of the year this year. I just want to drop in and let everybody know I've gotten a couple of emails about me telling people that I was going to put up a tamale recipe during the holidays, and I didn't realize that the video wasn't active, so I'm not sure why, because I did a lot of editing on it and I did put it up, so I don't know. YouTube is a little quirky, so that video, those two videos are now active, and I do apologize to the 3 ladies that wanted the recipe. It's now active under Mexican food for the playlist, and it's also active in the video library, so you'll be able to find it there. I also wanted to let everybody know that we're going to be right back at looking for our land and trying to find our homestead. This weekend we are scheduled to go to Canton, Texas. There's going to be a seminar there for people who are looking to move out to a homestead. And there's going to be log homes there and builders there to talk to people, potential buyers who are looking to have either to buy a full kit of a log home or to build it, you know, from scratch for the people who are looking to move out there. So we're going to be doing that this Saturday. I'm going to take the camera along and see if they're going to let me video inside the log home or not. I don't know. There's going to be a couple of models there, I understand, and it's going to be a lunch, so it's from like 12 to 2. They're going to provide lunch for people, and we had to RSVP, so it's going to be an interesting. They told us to make a list of all of our questions that we have as far as their products and services, and then they're going to be able to guide us and help us on some hard questions on how to prepare land to have a log home on it. And so we're going to be doing that this weekend, and I'm going to take y'all along, and hopefully I'll get the video done early next week so you'll be able to see how that's progressing. Business is booming with my shirt business or garment business, and so I've been really busy doing that. I have put out a few videos this year already, and I hope you get a chance to watch them. Yesterday I put out a video on some fabric beads and warming them up on a warmer, and I want to apologize to anybody who looks at that and says, well, you know, I get headaches with strong perfumes and fragrances, and you know, I can get breathing problems with stuff like that, so that's not a video for you. That's just something I do, you know, occasionally, once or twice a week. I plug that warmer in, and I put out a fragrance in my home, and it just makes the house feel fresh, and I don't load it down with beads. I don't overload it or anything like that. That's just something I do to the inside of my home. To, you know, I have 2 dogs. I'm constantly sweeping floors, mopping, cleaning, fighting dog hair, so that's just something I do to keep, you know, my home smelling nice. I also wanted to let you know I've got in my seeds for the springtime. I'm going to be doing some container gardening. We found out last year that we can't have a greenhouse here without a permit and inspector and a whole bunch of stuff, so we're not going to be building that greenhouse. That got killed along with our tiny house build, but we haven't given up on either of those two. We're just not going to do them in the suburbia area that we're living now. So I typically get my seeds from Johnny's Selected Seed Company. I don't know if you're familiar with them. I've got a package of sweet corn here for J-Null Zero. I'll be sending this packet of sweet corn to him. He told me he doesn't usually grow corn. He gets it from a neighbor. But he would like to try it, so I'm going to send this package of sweet corn. We can't have rows of corn growing in our backyard. For sure it'll attract a lot of probably some rodents, and we don't probably want that you know, here. I've got some, let's see, this is going to be carrots, and I'm going to do strawberries, and I'm going to do some heirloom tomatoes, and then some tomato paste tomatoes. So I'm going to be doing, I'm going to stick to something, you know, they say when you're relatively a novice at gardening, you should really kind of pick a few things to start out with to get really good at those things, and then broaden it out. So I'm going to be doing some gardening for the spring. Right now it's Valentine's, and I've got a lot of orders to fill for that, and then on the embroidery business side, I have a lot of jobs that I have to get shipped this week, so this is not going to be an extremely long video. Just wanted to update everybody on what's going on. We're also going to be traveling back up through Arkansas, but we're not going to stop at Fort Smith. We're going to go on up through almost to Missouri, through the higher level areas of the Ozarks, because I think we've missed some land, some property, maybe some opportunity, I'm not sure, but I think we need to go that way. We're also going to be planning a weekend trip into either Kentucky or Tennessee. I haven't decided which I'm going to do yet. In the springtime, they had a lot of snow and flooding this year, so we're going to be doing some research and find out how quite often that happens or not. And if we do pick land there, we're going to have to pick land on a bluff, or, you know, in higher levels, so that we're not a potential for, you know, flooding our home or something like that. So I hope everybody has a blessed and great week. I need to do my little book of encouragement, so hold on. Let me see. Oh, I wanted to touch on this really quick. We've got an election year coming, and there's going to be a lot of media attention, a lot of social media attention on voting, and we're all supposed to do our civic duty by going and voting. For us girls, women have died and struggled hard to get us the right to vote, and I think we should be doing that for sure. And for those of you and for those of us who are finding it difficult to hone in on any one candidate, and then decide not to vote because there isn't really a candidate to vote for, I get it. But we have to come as close as we can to a candidate who projects our moral and our civic values and the laws that we know we can abide by in this country. We also want to pick somebody who is going to make it a priority to protect our country from all types of situations and be able to have a level and steady head to do that. My channel is not at all political. I don't project any of my political views on this channel, but I am a woman of faith, and while I'm not a particular religion, I have what I consider to be a very deep relationship with God. So, and for that I mean God, the head of the universe, however you choose to think of him, that's who I have a relationship with, and I rely a lot on that relationship, and it's always seen me through. So let me just read this, the encouragement for today. God is still in control of every situation. The universe belongs to him, including all the people in it. At such a time as this, he may be planning something wonderful, a mere step beyond the problems we face. Just because we don't see the blessing yet doesn't mean it isn't on its way. And I use that word of encouragement today just because I know that if it's God's plan and if it's my divine destiny or my journey to leave a home I've been in for 15 years and to go off and try to self-sustain myself, to pull back from the roots that I was taught how to live, and to live a more simple life so that I'm able to give to those that have a greater need than myself, then certainly, you know, I want to do that. If I can be more effective where I'm at, then certainly I want, you know, I want to stay. I want to be here. So I'm really relying a lot, my husband and I are relying a lot on our faith to make those decisions. We both want to retire at 50. We've financially planned our life that way. We have a portfolio financially to handle that. We want to do that, and we know that you know, that's our desire. But if it's something that's going to lead to catastrophe, or something that's going, sorry, I bumped the camera, if it's going to lead to anything that is not in our best interest, certainly we don't want it. So this is a journey of faith. This is not something I've always wanted to do all my life. This is something I'm seeing that is going to help sustain not only myself but my family. I am doing what I need to do to make sure that I leave my children with not a lot of debt, but with a lot of blessing, and that's what I'm trying to do. My husband and I, should we sell this property, would gain enough to be debt free, and it would give us enough, along with our regular monthly income, to do great things for whatever community we land in, and it would offer us a great opportunity to leave for all of our children. So I want to encourage you today that remember that God is in control of every situation, and you may not feel that every day, but just that's where your faith needs to kick in. No matter what the situation, He's in control of what's going to happen. And the scripture tells us that He's in control of who is appointed in the office. Even though I didn't vote for Obama, doesn't mean I don't obey the laws that he puts forth, and it doesn't mean that I don't respect him as a president. It just means that I know that God put him in that place for a specific reason and a purpose, and we are supposed to follow along with that decision, and we're supposed to